It's time. Stand up, I get up. I'm lose a focus. Come on, be a go-getter. Shouldn't gonna stay focused. Opportunities, gotta get busy, gotta fight
Ngibingelele ngiphinde futhi ngibonge ngithi salute to all my hustlers ekhaya uMephelele Shomo and welcome to the biggest youth show in the land. We are a property of SABC Education and the SABC bafethu ikhaya lethu. We do have the legal deeds bafethu to prove it. Ngithi namhlanje bafethu simfaka lapha ke emhlabeni wezenkantolo nezomthetho njengoba ke simthulela umkhakha we-Conveyancing secretary bafethu phinde futhi sambe nehasla lethu intokazi ke ifuna ukusebenzela ke illegal firm ehamba phambili khona la eMzansi iNaiker Mahlangu bafethu njengoba ke intokazi sesebenzise ama-IT skills wayo ukuzakhela ke i-career. Ngithi ake simvakashele lapha ngakubo bafethu sithi kumazi kangcono ngithi ningasabi nimenyiwe bafethu so you won't be trespassing into her private space.
The first thing I will tell him was I'm sorry that I didn't live up to his standards. My world had shattered. Hi, I'm Diaksha Gobind, formerly from Durban, now currently residing in Johannesburg. I used to think my life was perfect until everything started to fade away. This is my story. Come and join me in sharing it with you. Growing up in Durban was very fun, very family orientated. I grew up in a family of 5 with an older brother and an older sister. Growing up, I always had to look up to them. I always also was compared to them. So there was a lot of pressure in being as good as they were.
In my family, you could either become a doctor, a lawyer, or chartered accountant. It was normal for Indian families at that time to have high standards. Education is very high on our list of priorities. You had to go to university, you had to get a degree, you had to become something and make something of yourself. That was instilled in us all the way growing up.
Memory as a childhood, I think, was when my mom had passed on. That was a very emotional time for me. That was very shattering as a person, because my mom was our rock. She was our strength. She kept everything together. And with her passing on, my world had shattered. If my mom was here right now, I would tell her that I love her and I miss her a lot. I'd be angry that she left so soon. But yeah.
I would tell my mom that I love her very, very much if she was here with me right now. And I'd tell her that she must pack her bags because we're going on a holiday. I always wanted to take her on a holiday and I couldn't afford to do so when I was younger. Now that I have established myself, I would want to shower her with presents and giving her the life that she always wanted.
Okay, so after my mom had passed away, my dad and I then became very close. I think we latched onto each other and he became everything to me. By that time, my sister had already moved to Johannesburg. She relocated to pursue her career. And thereafter, she met her husband and she got married. So it was just my dad and I that were also together. Because my brother as well, he was married and he had his own family. So it was just the two of us, that we did everything together, and we became very, very close. In 2012, my family had experienced another big tragedy, which was the passing on of my dad.
The death of my dad made me numb. I was my dad's favorite, and I can honestly say that. I've tried my best since I started working and to give him a somewhat better life. I just wish we had more time with him.
If my dad was here now, the first thing I would tell him was, I'm sorry that I didn't live up to his standards. I didn't fully complete my IT, but I will still make him proud. It was after my dad had passed on that I realized that I needed to be closer to family, being my sister especially. It was then that I decided, okay, let's try out Johannesburg. Let's see how that's going to favor me. It was then that I started applying for a job in Johannesburg. For me, not being in a job was not an option. So I knew that I had to find a job here first before I moved. Okay, so while I was in Durban, I worked for a law firm, but doing the systems administration, which is the IT part of it, liaising with the bank software as well as the attorney software. This is predominantly for conveyancing, and that's how I slowly got introduced to doing conveyancing within this law firm. I decided to apply for a job in Johannesburg. So I put out my applications, and I was quite pleasantly surprised that I had very good responses from quite a few law firms. One of it being Naiker Mahlangu attorneys. I had already done my research on the companies, and Naiker Mahlangu attorney came out to be one of the very good, very reputable law firms. So I was thrilled at the fact that they chose my application, and they had asked me to come in for the interview and join them on a temporary basis, not a contract. So tomorrow is going to be a very big day for me. It's because I've now completed my trial with Naiker Mahlangu attorneys as a conveyancing secretary, and tomorrow determines if they're gonna put me through to the ultimate test to tell me if I'm going to be a permanent employee or not.
Since you're going for an interview tomorrow, I'll say to you, good luck. Give it your best. Be strong, be brave. Don't mess it up. But just remember that if you do, you're going to be my babysitter for life.
If I become permanent with Naiker Mahlangu attorneys, I will be over the moon. It's something I have hoped for a while, and I would be really, really ecstatic to join them and their team. With that, Hi guys, I've just arrived at Naiker Mahlangu Attorneys for my interview. I'm a bit nervous, but let's see how it goes. Wish me well.
Hi Diaksha, my name is Zeenath Kasimji and I am the head conveyancer at Naiker Mahlangu Attorneys. This is Mr. Naiker, who is the director of the company.
So if you can briefly explain to us, to your understanding, what does a conveyancing secretary do in a law firm?
A conveyancing secretary basically manages the files from the start to the finish. There's various parts of conveyancing, which is transfers, bonds, registrations, and bond cancellations.
Okay, can you briefly tell us, what does a transfer involve?
The transfer basically is transferring of ownership from a seller to a purchaser. It's obtaining all the correct documentation, ensuring that your rate clearance certificate is in order, your transfer duty receipt is correct, as well as your draft deed is all 100% before it goes to the deeds office.
Diaksha, when you're drafting bond registration documents, what are the documents that you look for before you start?
The very first document you look at is your instruction. Instruction that comes from the bank. That will determine what documentation I would need in order to prepare my bond documents. So I would need to ask client for FICA documents as well as I need the draft deed from the transferring attorney. I will also need to make sure that all the bank's requirements are met. So according to my instruction, I will ascertain what's needed and I will request that from the client or from the transferring attorney.
You mentioned to Ms. Kasimji that these are the documents that need to be drawn in a bond registration process. But in essence, what is a bond registration?
A bond is when you buy a property and you do not have the cash to purchase that property. You approach a bank and they will grant you a loan based on your status and your affordability. With that, okay.
The bond cancellation process, can you briefly explain to us what happens in that process and how do you manage that from a transfer point of view?
Okay, when you are selling your property and you already have an existing bond over that property, you first need to cancel that bond, or rather it gets done simultaneously with the transfer of the property.
So would this mean that you work with various firms of attorneys on a particular transaction?
That is correct. You will request figures from the bank. The bank will appoint an attorney on their panel to attend to the cancellation on their behalf.
Diaksha, can you explain to us if you would meet the requirements of being a conveyancing secretary at Naiker Mahlangu Attorneys?
Well, I think I would fit in because I am confident, I am meticulous in my work, I work well under pressure, I work well with others as well, I'm very accurate, and I know the bank's strict timelines and I adhere to it.
As you know, the role of a conveyancing secretary is to work under tremendous pressure. Often you're dealing with various transactions And all the clients, or all the role players want you to have that transaction finalized as soon as possible. So how would you juggle your time so that you give each matter the necessary attention it requires?
I think it'll start with diarizing matters correctly and prioritizing the matter as each day happens.
Diaksha, in order for us to make a decision as to whether we take you on a permanent basis, we are going to give you 3 conveyancing tasks to do. Ms. Kasimji, who is your immediate conveyancer, is going to be your mentor for the day, and she's going to assess how you do these tasks, and we are then going to have a discussion in respect of how well you fared in those tasks. And at the end of the day, we will let you have our answer.
Diaksha ona le tsona di-quality tse tlhokahalang tsa mosebetsi ona, and hape ona le tsebo ya tsamaiso ya conveyancing. Mahaslas, ha o sa apply o ka se tsebe. Phehella o apply hobane ka le leng la matsatsi o teng ya tla bulang application ya hao. Conveyancing ke lekala la tsa molao. Ba shabile tsamaiso le tshwaro ya mahare ha motho, company le khotla hore ebe mong wa moaho, and ba shabane le di-registrations tsa matlo. Di-legal secretary tsona di buisana le di-client, ba email ba fax go tshwana fela le receptionist kapa secretary ya company efe kapa efe, empa bona bana le botsebi bo kgethehileng ka tsa molao. My hustlers, ntho e bohlokwa mona ke go bana le bokgoni le botsebi. Ha o bo fumane o ka bo sebedisa kae kapa kae le lekaleng lefe kapa lefe.
Hi, my name is Zinat Kasimji, and I studied at the University of Natal, Pietermaritzburg, where I obtained my undergrad as a Bachelor of Laws degree, was thereafter enrolled as an attorney, and moved on to specialize in conveyancing. I'm actually the head of department in conveyancing at Naiker Mahlangu Attorneys, and I've been appointed as the mentor for the day for Diaksha Gobind.
I've also done the property description and
Comrades, let us all occupy the land. It is our right. Wrong, because the house will not recognize you. Uma ongalandeli inyathelo ngisho nemithetho ebekiwe bafethu ngoba ke i-conveyancing bafethu ukushintsha ke ku-ownership ngendlela efanele neyomthetho. Okumsebenzi ke ozoyenza ihasa lethu ke intokazi ke efisa ukuba i-conveyancing secretary asebenzela ke iNaiker Mahlangu khona lapha ke laba sebenza khona. Ngithi lapha emakhaya, what you can do is occupy and fill in the missing letters lapha kuwe jumble yethu. Njengenhlale enzake ngihlale nginikeza kabe futhi ama-clues amabini, which are your letters R and S. Khona manje samsebona intokazi ke ishaya i-changing of ownership for the client yakhe ethize. But right now you're about to change from seeing me to seeing her on location doing her thing.
Diaksha, are we ready to go for task 1?
yes, I am.
Okay, this will entail drafting of bond registration documents. You will use the software package to draft your documents and print it thereafter for checking. We will be observing your ability to work independently, your ability to be precise, and your ability to work with the software package. You can go ahead. This is the instruction. There's the FICA badge and your supporting documents.
The first thing I'm looking is what is expected of me. Okay, now I am looking at the FICA documents to make sure that I do have it and it is correct. Okay. One of the conditions is for life cover, and I see that the client has provided me with it.
Generally, I come from a family that's very litigious. So as I grew up, I witnessed a lot of litigious issues. And I think from a tender young age, the law intrigued me. The decision of becoming an attorney was ultimately my decision. I come from a very supportive family, both close-knit as well as external family. We come from a family of lots of professionals, and the drive to become a professional had always been embedded in me. Diaksha, what is the importance of putting these documents in the correct batches?
It makes it a whole lot easier when drafting, so you know exactly which document to look for which information. And if you put the information in incorrectly, it will filter through incorrectly, which makes your documents wrong. And you could get rejected. The very first time that I had actually attempted to draft documents initially was very scary. I was scared that I may not know how to capture the fields in the correct places. But once I started actually physically doing the work, I realized it wasn't as bad.
Diaksha, with regard to rejections, how would you fare yourself?
I'm very much accurate. I would like to think that I've come a long way and I'm quite good at what I do now.
Have you had many rejections?
Not many, but I did have a few.
And how did that make you feel?
Terrible. It's very demotivating and it's very scary when you have the attorney liaison phoning you to tell you that your documents are not correct.
The biggest mistake that one can make as a conveyancer is to put through an incorrect registration at the deeds office. That can have serious repercussions, and that act can be detrimental to the firm as well as the individuals concerned. What made you move up to Gauteng to actually pursue this career, and you did not think of joining one of the law firms that were headed with family members?
So my move from Durban to Johannesburg was more so that after the death of my parents, I needed to be closer to my sister because we share a very close bond, and she has helped me to emotionally to come to terms with what has happened and also to grow as a person. What I missed the most about my dad was the closeness that we had, and we used to do lots of things together, and he was someone I could talk to quite easily. So I miss having those conversations with him and his guidance.
I sometimes identify with Diaksha because there are certain challenges associated with losing a parent. Because I also lost my dad at a tender age, but it never set me back on reaching my ambitions and goals in life. How are you progressing along with the drafting of these documents, Diaksha?
Pretty good so far. I've already completed the bond details. That's all the necessary information that pulls through the documents. I've also completed the FICA tab. I've double-checked my information is correct and that I have captured the correct information for the client. I've also done the property description, and I think task 1 went pretty well. I had a good knowledge of the system and how the program actually works. I knew exactly what was expected of me and how to do it. I had all of the information on hand, so that made it quite easy to follow through. Here are the documents.
Okay, I see that this is the power of attorney. Okay, this seems to be quite correct. You can now put your documents together in the correct package, and that is the end of task 1.
Mona re bona bohlokwa ba attention to detail ho nepa o tlameha go sebetsa ka potlako gobane o ile processa di-document tse ngata tsa di-client tse ngata ha o le secretary o tlameha go bana le bokgoni ba go sebedisa computer di-equipment tse le gore da tholagala ka gare go office bokgoni ba go buisana le di-clients o hloka national senior certificate e tla o dumellang gore o etse yona diploma kapa degree computer applications e compulsory ha se o entse course ya hao ya legal secretary he ke mo o tla kgonang go thabela go sebetsa lekaleng lena la molao empa o sa ithutela law le ha teng o tla sebetsa di-overtime mahaslas ho bua gore ha se o na le tsona di-skills o ka di sebedisa lekaleng la thato ya hao and hape o ka ipona o ithutela go specialize teng mo lekaleng leo.
Please also complete your work number and your home number for me.
What is FICA?
Task 2 entails the signature of transfer documents with the client of our offices. He is actually the seller in the matter. Diaksha, here's the transfer file.
Okay, I just want to quickly check the information is here. And I just want to put the documents in the right order. Okay, I see that the power of attorney is not here. I'm going to quickly go and print out one.
Well spotted.
I have the document. I just want to double check that it is all fine. It has our correct lodgement number. Okay, perfect. In conveyancing, the pressure is 90%. It's very few times that you are actually calm, but it's how you deal with the pressure and you don't let it overtake what's expected of you.
Generally, I am a very calm person, but the pressures on some days are more than other days. I'm not a person that throws my toys out of the cot, but I think my staff know how to deal with that. And I obviously don't reflect that onto staff members. Good day, Mr. Mostert. Ms. Kasimji.
Hi, I'm Diaksha. Nice to meet you. Please have a seat. This is the power of attorney. Basically, this document authorizes us to register and execute this matter in the Pretoria Deeds Office. Okay, so this document has your details, the purchaser's details, and this is your property description. If you're happy with everything, you can initial here for me, please, and sign in full on the second page.
Thank you.
There we go. At the bottom, please. Here we go. In my professional career, I did come across quite a few very difficult clients. These clients somehow have the perception that it's only their matter that you deal with and nothing else. They expect daily reports as well as their emails answered within 5 minutes.
When dealing with clients, the most important thing is to be respectable, have knowledge of the material, and to be able to make them comfortable and explain to them the process in which a transfer actually unravels.
This is the document required for us to obtain a transfer duty receipt. Okay, so I need you to initial the first page and sign in full for me here, please, where it says seller.
Sure.
This is for us to proceed with your transaction. When the matter has registered and we need to pay the proceeds to you, the banking details that you will complete here will be the details that we will use to pay over to you. Do you understand the document?
I do. The details seem to be correct. And this is just for the payment of the monies.
Correct.
All right, fantastic.
So please make sure it's accurate.
I've put in a lot of discipline into my personal life. Studying law is not one of the easiest of things, and to be specialized in the conveyancing field demands a disciplined person. As a woman, I did not find it difficult to be in a male-dominated profession.
In this day and age, I think that we have quite a good balance of male and female attorneys and conveyancers, as previously it was very male-dominated.
So when does the cancellation of my bond occur?
Okay, the bond cancellation, the bond registration of the purchaser's bond, and the transfer all happen simultaneously at the deeds office. So we all link together. So because I'm attending to the transfer, I will liaise with the bond cancellation attorney as well as the bond registration attorney, and we'll make sure that everybody is ready to lodge on the same day. When we say lodge, it means that entire batch goes to the deeds office. And then once it's in the deeds office, there's nothing we can do to pull it out at that time, because at the deeds office, it gives them chance to check all the documentation and make sure that everything is in accordance with their rules. So if you're happy, you can now complete the documentation for me, please.
Thank you.
I've never missed a lodgement for the day, a lodgement period. But I think there was times when we weren't ready, when the other attorneys were ready to lodge. Sometimes when we arrange lodgement and we're in fact not ready to lodge, it could be because of logistics. Then you gotta like sweet talk the other attorneys and say, I'm so sorry, please help us out, can we lodge tomorrow? And this is the problems that we experience today. This is your FICA affidavit. Please double check that the information is correct, your name, your identity number. This is your residential address as well as your income tax number. Please also complete your work number and your home number for me.
What is FICA?
It's to confirm that you are the person that you say you are, and the information is all correct. In my family, I have a brother that's an attorney and other family members that are also attorneys. I never saw myself being in the law field at all. But looking up to them, I think in a way they had inspired me to pursue it. Ms. Kasman, would you please will you commission this document?
With pleasure. Today being the 20th.
Go. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much for your time, and we'll be in touch.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And I'll wait to hear from you.
All right.
Thank you, Diaksha.
Thank you,
Ms.
Mr.
Kasman.
Diaksha o supile bokgoni le tsebo ya hae ya checklist. O tlameha go tlhalosetsa client ka process go qala le go qetela hore e ska ntsane e mmotsa dipotso tse ngata. Hore o phomelle le kaleng lena, o tlhoka yona tsebo ya conveyancing secretary, bokgoni ba puo, go sebedisana le batho le go rarolla mathata. SA Law School e ya kwetlisa ene ena le tsona di short courses tsa conveyancing. Mahaslas ho nka maikemisetso, go sebetsa ka thata, go phehella. Ka tseo kaofela ha tsona, o tla etsa sengwe le sengwe mona lefaseng ene o tla bana le sengwe le sengwe.
Amajazi ayogcwala umoya njengoba ke intokazi igijima laphana iphuthumela ukuya edits office ngaphambi ukuthi bavale bafethu aphethe amaphepha lana ama-bond documents okuyomele awaloje ngaphambi ukuthi ashawe isikhathi kuthaska yakhe yokugcina bafethu. Nami ke awuthi nginikeze one more letter bafethu yokugcina khona laphana, which is the letter R. Ngiphinde futhi ngithi, by the powers invested in me, you are free to go to a break.
Oh, I see these and then show missing.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Diaksha, we are now on task 3. This task entails lodging of documents at the deeds office. Before lodgement, you will arrange with the simultaneous attorneys to link the transaction for lodgement. Diaksha, this is an urgent lodgement. Arrange linking and lodgement for today before 11 o'clock, meaning that you only have about 30 minutes to arrange lodgement and get it to the deeds office. First link will be your?
It'll be the transfer.
Absolutely right.
Then it'll
followed by
the bond cancellation, and then lastly the bond.
The personal qualities that we look for in a conveyancing secretary is the ability to work independently, the ability to work under strict timelines, the ability to have good interpersonal skills, the ability to work under pressure, and the attention to detail and good quality work seems to form part of a pivotal role of a conveyancing secretary.
For me to get this job will be a wonderful experience. Naiker Mahlangu attorneys have come up to be quite a prestigious firm, and it's ranked quite high with all of the banks, so it'll be quite an honor to work for them. Okay, I'm filling in the simultaneous transactions, and then I'm going to contact the attorneys for their lodgement numbers. Hi, you're speaking to Diaksha from Naiker Mahlangu attorneys. I would like to arrange lodgement for your cancellation, Naidu and the bank. Please can I have your firm's lodgement number? Yes, can we please arrange lodgement for today? It's rather urgent. That'll be perfect. Thank you very much. I do wish that I had spent more time with my parents, and I do regret the times when I opted not to spend with them and did my own thing or was just being lazy. Now that they're not around, it's quite difficult when you have something exciting that happens in your life and you can't go back home to them and tell them about it and have them be excited for you as well. If I get this job and had my parents been alive, they would definitely be the first people to know. But now that they're not here anymore, I would go to my sister. Hi, Mr. Leroux. This is Diaksha from Naiker Mahlangu attorneys. Yes. It's regarding lodgement for today. Can I please have your firm lodgement number? Thank you very much. Yes, definitely today it will be lodged. Yes, if you don't have your proceed before registration, we will hold over. Thank you very much. Thank you again. Goodbye.
The time is actually running out and we need to do this quite quickly. I think I have an aspect of both confidence as well as the drive to be successful. And with those two kind of elements, it's often one doesn't not achieve their set out goals.
My mentor has really guided me through all the tasks. She has helped me feel comfortable in doing what I am doing, and she has been a good. Her confidence has oozed out onto me and has helped me in my own space be confident as well.
Good day, ladies.
Hi, Mrs.
Hi,
Tatoy.
good morning.
Good morning. This is the document that's for
Yes.
lodgement today, please.
Let me just have a look. Oh, I see there's an initial missing.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. We'll have to sort that out urgently and come back to lodge
Please,
the
if you
matter
don't
today.
mind. No, I would appreciate that very much.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll attend to it immediately.
Okay.
Okay, where's the signature missing? It was the initial. Yeah. Is everything else in order?
Seems to be. Yeah, everything else is in order.
You back?
I've corrected the document.
Corrected that. Let's have a look. Oh, that's wonderful. I see it's initialized now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can I also hand you the prep sheet as well?
Yes, please. And once again, I apologize for the error on my part. I don't know how I had an oversight on the initial.
No
These
problem.
things happen, Diaksha. Just have to be more
As long as it's
careful.
sorted out, no problem.
But thank you so much again.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
In the next 5 years, I would like to see myself as being in a more senior position and possibly having further people below me and reporting to me.
Welcome back, Diaksha. How was your day? Was it a long day
It's been a very long day.
and challenging?
A bit challenging. Yes, it has been.
Did you enjoy the tasks that were assigned to you?
Yes, I did.
Which task did you enjoy the most?
The drafting of the documents. That was the bond registration documents.
Okay, and why in particular did you enjoy that compared to the other tasks?
Well, I knew how to use the program. I had all the relevant information in the file, and I found it was quite easy, and I could work independently in this matter.
Ms. Kasimji tells me that she's been monitoring you in respect of the performance of your tasks, and she's going to share with us from her perspective what she sees as to how you performed. Ms. Kasimji?
Thank you, Mr. Naiker. I was quite impressed with your ability to draft the documents. You correctly categorized the documents and you were able to use the software package with ease. I was rather impressed. Usually mistakes come off transfer of information, and that was not the case.
Diaksha, we've taken a lot of factors into consideration, and Ms. Kasimji and I have discussed whether we should make you a permanent employee, and I think Ms. Kasimji is now in a position to communicate that to you. Ms. Kasimji?
Diaksha, I'm pleased to inform you that you have got the position, permanent position at Naiker Mahlangu Attorneys as a conveyancing secretary.
Thank you so, so very much.
We're looking forward to working with you.
I got the job. I know that I've made my parents proud wherever they are and watching over me. To all my hustlers out there, pressa pusha panda.
Well done, Diaksha. Re bone ka wena gore ke go nka qeto le sebete go fetola tsela ya go isa mo o batlang go ya teng. Potso ya beke ena e re, o thotse mosebetsi ko retail e le mosebetsi fela. O na le dilemo a le mo ha gona diphetogo. Ha a tsebe gore a etse mosebetsi o be betere kape a tsamaye. Ma hustlers gore diphetogo di be teng ha di iketsahalle. O tlameya go nka mehato. Se nka o jwetsa sona ke gore sheba di department tsa mo retail tse leng gore o na le kgatlhego go tsona. E ka ba marketing, finance kapa legal. Ha se o thotse seo, yetsa short course kapa yona course through distance learning. Then o apply di position teng mo di departmenting tseo kapa o kopa go etsa internship. Ha o batla o tsamaya, o tla tsamaya o tseba gore o ilo apply la position e leng ka godimo retail kapa lekaleng le leng. Ha e ka ba gona le go sa utlwang, hopola o checkela Facebook kapa yona website ya rona. Romela ya hao potso.
The gates to heavenly are open. Ngoba ke intokazi has done some few good deeds. Excuse the pun. But right now, let us transfer from her to the word jumble. Nginikeze ke impendulo igama kade silifuna hi transfer. Uma ko ithulile sithala kuwena, uma ungayitholanga, better luck next time. Mina ngumfana kamntambo sengidosa zonke intambo sengiphuma kanje. Ngihlala ngitshela ngithi ahlangene khona lapha ku Twitter, Facebook and also on YouTube. Don't look down, look up and stay up and do some few good deeds and stay above the law.